extra resistant to geothermal gases, especially methane gases, resistance to ozone, basically UV, extra high resistance to UV, yeah, flexibility. So it's where it's produced. Yeah, we offer up to our customers in New Zealand and Australia 20 years warranty. Please talk to your local, to your region Ardex distributor. Check your warranty conditions. Yeah. So low rise, or what we call that flat roof, basically. Yeah, flat roof membranes. We have two types basically nowadays. More and more flat roof, less corrugated long runs. So we got the asphalt, and then we got our polymer base. Yeah, asphalt is just torch-on stuff. Okay, 2 layers. And I've just heard that you guys don't even sell don't even use 2 layers here.
Nobody will be one layer. One full primer, right? There's no primer.
It's torch-on supposed to be a 2-layer system. Minimum. One layer is basically cannot work. I don't know, cannot quite work. Of course, stand competitive, but anyway, we're not talking about this one today. We're talking about polymer base. So polymer base, there's it splits into 2 categories. One is thermoset and thermoplastic. So thermoplastic, we have types like PVC, like from Sika, you got KEV, ketone, ethylene ester, but it's not very popular. The other one that is very, very popular is TPO, thermoplastic polyolefin, and then the next one is CPE, not very popular as well. So the most popular one is TPO. Number 1 is changing the world. It's changing the world. Yeah, and then you got your PVC. Thermosets, it's butyl, or what we call them butanol. We used to produce that. That's the one in our Christchurch International Airport. And then EPDM. Now EPDM is very problematic. Who installed EPDM before? Do you know what's EPDM? It's so basically it's a thermoset. It's a polymer-based thermoset membrane. It needs to be mechanical fix. There's lots of problems with it because under UV it shrinks, and it cracks, lots of problems. So now EPDM is almost gone. It was very popular at one stage, yeah, but then now it's gone. Synthetic rubber basically. Then we have butyl-based product, which is synthetic rubber as well, but because the secret ingredient or the formula that what we have, okay, it's like KFC, the 11 recipe. We don't share. All right, and then this CR now, you hardly hear that. So where does Welltec stand then? Where is Welltec? Now Welltec is not a thermoset, and neither is a pure thermoplastic. So it's a hybrid. Yeah, it's a hybrid combination. So it has a class of its own. That is why it has the elongation and properties of butyl, but has the characteristic of TPO, PVC, which is weldable. Because thermoset products, you cannot weld. You're not able to weld. Thermoplastic stuff, you can weld, but no elongation. You get what I mean? So, that's the characteristic, the molecule of how it works. This is actually like, if your eyes are good enough, this is actually 2 layers. It's not actually not a single. Although that yes, this is a single layer system, but it's actually 2 layers, UV and microwave cured under the UV microwave, and becomes a single layer. This is how it goes. Standards and regulation, I'm going to skip that. It does not apply for you here, but there are some information that is useful for you. I have all the information of building standards for roofing and waterproofing in here. I can share with you if you want after the training, or you can have coffee time. I'm more than happy to share with you. Okay. Flexibility and elongation, or flexibility is elongation, or flexibility and elasticity are two different words. It sounds the same, but no, it's different. So elongation is basically, it's not stick on the surface. Yeah, so it's basically, we test elongation or flexibility. It's basically just how, it's not it. It's like a rubber band. That's how we test elongation. Okay, yeah. Elasticity is basically you stick the membrane, something on the substrate, it's fully adhered, okay, and then if there's any cracks, it's actually a point load elongation. It's not this flexibility, it's actually the point load. So when you have point load elongation, you can't pull that much, yeah? It's not that elongation, like the height, okay? But automatically, by default, if I have a high elongation or high flexibility membrane, automatically elasticity is high too. Okay? Yeah? So this is how we test our this is the standard, international standard of testing elongation. This is Ardex torch-on membrane, Ardex PPL or Firestone. This Firestone torch-on membrane, Ardex torch-on membrane. Torch-on tears off at 20%, TPL tears off at 24%. This is well tagged. When we test elongation, it must be tested on laps, not just this. It must be lap welded. That's the weakest point. So we test on the weakest point and we do our testing. This is what we get. It's beyond, yeah? But you don't drive Ferrari to buy your grocery, in Tesco every day, right? You only drive on the weekend, right? That's my point. Okay? This is not your everyday product, but you know that you have a Ferrari at home, you can enjoy. On the weekend, go to Bangsa. All right? Surface preparation. All of you guys are here professionals. I cannot stress enough. Surface preparation is very important. You do your surface prep wrong, forget it. I give you the best product, it will still fail. So a very good example there, what you say, the surface preparation, I don't think that's right, okay, but that's how you guys do. I don't know, but it's for me in New Zealand, that's what I would tell my applicator. You do whatever you want to do on your own to make the fall, the screen, and then you do your waterproofing on top. Don't do what you're doing here. I mean, I would not suggest or specify the way that you guys are doing here now. It's it's not the best way. It's not the best way because you're exposing your concrete into or your screen in a wet area and under the sun and UV, and it's just not designed to withstand. Because screen, how long is the lifespan of screen? Let's say, how long is the lifespan?
1 year.
Yeah? Oh my God. No, let's say better ones, maybe 5 years.
5, yeah.
Yeah, 5 years, 10 years. My product, durability is the lifespan of the building. Let's repeat that. The lifespan of the building. That's what my product can withstand. The lifespan of the building. And standards, in New Zealand standards, the lifespan of a building is 50 years. Of course, they go more, yeah? But your design must last 50 years minimum. You can do 100 years, that's fine. Yeah, but your design must go minimum 50 years.
So no issue of water ponding, water stagnation.
So that's why your screen, you need to do good screen.
But nobody can ever achieve, lid to fall.
Share with something.
Fire splitter lah. Easy.
No, in New Zealand, I don't do this. I have everything all in one space. I've got everything in cloud. Right? This is the big deal. Even the internet is so slow. I can't work like this.
You rồi là
I really can't work like this.
bây giờ phải là có phải ngoài dùng phải nó này nghe được có phải mà nó người ta người ta chiếu lặng mà cái thì ngoài còn các bạn đồng ngoài trong chiếu
Before you put the waterproofing down.
This is your well tech.
No, yeah, they put well tech. Yeah. This one of my.
I mean, sorry, your Ardex screen.
See again, you can watch that. I got plenty of videos like screen that I've done. It's smoother than your baby skin. Concrete strength 35 MPa after 28 days. But
money
price.
Everything.
But you don't need this performance. Okay? You can do but you don't discuss all this stuff with your local representative. Yeah. They use a lot as well in this is really high up camera. So do you guys do slurry first before you do?
Normally we don't. We just lay on whatever the screen that has been prepared for us. Yeah. So it will be very dependent on whatever current surface that they have. So if there is areas of ponding water, so my question is your exposed object, if ponding water, would it affect the durability of it?
No, it will not, because it can be even used as a tanking inside the tanking liner. So that answers your question.
Thank you.
But my my more concern is the skill set of that screeder is very it's very over information. So they need to actually do set up, draw the line, then this kind of thing. So you need to make boxing, because if it's a big area, you need to make boxing your height first. So usually, I'm not sure if you guys know how to do. I'm pretty sure this. Malaysian screeders are very good in New Zealand. You know that. The number one screeder in New Zealand is from Malaysia. Tama Leong, Andy Leong. You telling me that now I cannot believe it. Number one Malaysian screeder.
Here is Bangladesh.
Maybe lah. That's lah.
The skill one is already export.
Yeah.
Now we import.
Something lah.
you lah.
All export already lah.
skill one to Singapore, to New Zealand, Australia.
Okay. So it's Malaysian squeezers are. The guy just now that's doing one, that's Malaysian lah. That's all Malaysian.
Đại ma liền bảo.
Now we only can fuck the manga.
Don't let. This is how we say don't fuck man well. You was Bangla before.
Why Bangladesh export the product like that?
Okay. So I will do properly first. You know, there are ways. Okay. Maybe my next trip I can do screen training for your Bangla boys. Yeah. Then you need actually do height. You put on height first. Okay. The height. Yeah. So basically you maybe see your screen out how long your leveling is. Usually we do like the 1.8 meter level, 1.8 meter levels. Yeah. So at maybe 1.5 you do your drop, or every 1 meter you do your drop. Do points. Yeah. Okay. And then you just let it dry first. Let it dry. Okay. Come back the next day. Then it's just filling in. Put the primer, fill in, and then. This is the Malaysian seafood teach me one. Okay. They are very good. Okay, yeah. So that's very important. I would strongly recommend that you don't talk. Because you go on the bottom, it's going to fail. It cannot last 20 years. Cannot. Guaranteed. Okay. Surface preparation is very important. Concrete repair, cracks. Do not start the job if you see all the cracks and everything. Just be careful, alright? Be careful what you if you're not sure, ask Ardex. Very normal, basic, substrate needs to be clean, not cracked, it's correct, and if it's there's a moisture in the concrete. Now moisture, I'll explain moisture later, but surface preparation, there's various types of method to prepare. You can use grinders, scarifier, high water pressure, and you don't use plywoods here, so I'm going to skip. And then after you surface prep, you need to prime. Now priming is very important because once you grind, the concrete becomes very porous, so you may need to prime. Yes, our Ardex adhesive is no need to prime, but if substrate is too porous, you may want to prime because you actually save your glue. Glue is expensive. So how to prime? There are many ways to prime. So if your concrete is wet, green concrete, 5 days. You just pour concrete, I need to put the roof down, waterproofing the roof. Yeah, you can, okay. Hydropoxy, our ppm 300, hydropoxy, you go on, put your roof down. 1 week, you sort it out. Yeah, so I believe you have your moisture barrier as well. Yeah, so if it's concrete roof, okay, we put on they pour down the concrete. 3 or 5 days later, we put on our hydropoxy to WPM 300 moisture barrier. We put our roofing down. So 1 week, we can get the roof up. Okay. However, if there is a rising dam, so basically rising dam, or what we call them negative hydrostatic pressure, then you have to be very careful because sometimes, I don't think you will face this problem because WPM 715 is a roof membrane, so where the water comes from, there's no way, it's basically above the ground. Most of the membranes that you apply, Kenny, most of the membranes that you apply, it's all above the ground, right? I'm not talking about tanking, but most membranes above the ground, roof, balconies, decks. So this, you will not likely to see any negative hydrostatic pressure. So you guys understand what is negative hydrostatic pressure? So negative hydrostatic pressure is basically water coming out from the ground, moisture pushing through. If you go onto my TikTok, my YouTube, and my Instagram, I have a lot of videos showing negative hydrostatic pressure and how I deal with them and how I fix them. So I'm the expert for negative hydrostatic pressure waterproofing as well. Okay, these are the things that we do. So make sure you know what substrate, what primer. So let's say it's normal, okay, dry substrate, concrete, everything's perfect, but it's too porous. So what primer to use? The primer can be, if it's like this kind of substrate, no need primer, okay? Straight put on your glue, you can glue your Well-Tec. But let's say if the concrete is already kind of very rough, very porous, smooth, I mean flat, but porous. So you mix your WA-98 with solvent. So there are two types, okay? WA-98 adhesive, the glue, and WA-98 solvent. Solvent is, in your Malaysian language, you call them thinner. Okay? Thinner. But you don't go and put thinner, okay? Or xylene or alcohol or spirit. No. You must use Ardex 98 solvent. I'm serious. Yeah, very clear. I'm very scared, you know, when I say, oh no, we mix with thinner. Then, oh yeah, Colin said can mix thinner, you know, because you're recording, you know, mix thinner. So make sure you understand this. I just want to make, you know, because if I say solvent, you know, the language that I need to speak your language. So yeah, you understand. It's like thinner, light thinner, but it's not thinner. Yeah?